You're becoming that girl in 2025, no ifs, ands, or buts. And the first place to start is by implementing these little tips and tricks that I'm giving you in this video immediately. Let's get into it. Hey YouTube, welcome to my tube. I know that every year we all say we're going to make things happen. We have our resolutions. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then we don't do it. But not this year. This year, we're going to make it happen. These tips and tricks are secrets that I have learned from everyone in my life, but of course, starting from my mom, because she always took care of herself and her appearance, and she made sure that we did too. Even in our old age now, she makes sure. And so these little secrets have been passed down to me, and now I'm passing them on to you. Okay, so starting with our hair, of course, we're going from head to toe. So our hair. Your hair is everything, and as of recently, my hair, I haven't taken care of it as I should, and I can already hear my mother yelling at me, but I told myself that I was going to do better about it this year. So one of the things that we make sure we do is that we oil our hair and braid it at night. It can literally be like one sole braid down the back of your head or two braids, like whatever remains on the bottom. But the point of this is that when you're tossing and turning at night, your hair isn't getting knotted or causing friction against your pillowcase. So when you have it braided, it kind of just stays there. And if you don't know anything about braids, braids are protective hairstyles, so it's good to like keep your hair protected, and the oil kind of just helps keep your hair moisturized overnight and gives it that extra little shine. So we like to do that to just, again, make sure your hair's not getting knotted, because of course that leads to breakage, and breakage leads to dry and damaged hair, which is what we don't want 2025. So we are fixing that, and that is where to start with that. Along with that, if you have a cotton pillowcase, I'm going to suggest that you change it to a silk pillowcase. I know that like in the girly world, it's a big thing having a silk pillowcase, but I think that tip works for everyone, because that way your hair isn't getting all the friction from a cotton pillowcase. So just another little tip that I like to throw in there. That one didn't come from my mom, that one came from my research on my curly hair. Another great tip for your hair is putting aloe vera in it. And I'm not talking about the little aloe vera they sell in the store that has a bunch of alcohol and all that. No, I'm talking about the aloe vera straight from the plant, like the actual leaf. This is what I'm talking about. This aloe, you literally just slice it, scrape it off. You can blend it, because sometimes the chunks do get a little like, I don't know, like they don't work well and they get stuck in your hair. So if you blend it, kind of makes like a watery texture more so. And if you put it on your scalp all the way to the ends of your hair, it helps to hydrate, it strengthens your hair, it removes itchiness from your scalp. It does kind of like a deep clean. I don't know the science behind the deep clean with aloe, but I have done my research on it, and I know that it helps with that too. So like aloe overall is just full of benefits, and I 110% recommend it. Aloe is phenomenal, but not the store-bought one, the real one. And since I'm on this aloe run, and I'm kind of done talking about the hair, I think, as far as like I can think of it, of course we know castor oil, but we talk about castor oil at the end because that is a holy grail of mine. So going back to the aloe, moving down to our face, is so good for, again, hydrating. It gets rid of scars, it gets rid of eczema, it gets rid of, you name it, it's getting rid of it. I have my list. It helps reduce acne, prevent breakouts, unclog pores, reduce inflammation, moisturizes skin, anti-aging properties, removes dark circles and acne scars, relieves eczema and psoriasis. And on top of all of that, and the hair stuff that I already mentioned, if you drink it or eat it or put it in something where it goes into your body, it is so good for your gut health. Cannot begin to explain how much I love aloe. And when I was going through my acne journey, that I had a whole bunch of scars from like a whole bunch of breakouts that I had, aloe saved my life, because it definitely dried out my pimples. It helped me with my acne scars that were left behind. My skin did get dry from some of the products that I was trying to like get rid of my acne, and aloe vera saved my freaking skin and hydrated it all over again. So I'm telling you, aloe is a lifesaver. But the real one. I know like when it became a popular thing, people were like, oh, they sell aloe vera in the stores, but that one is so not pure. It's so processed. It has so many other ingredients that it kind of has like another effect than the actual aloe vera. So no, we don't like that one. The natural is the way to go. Now, while we're still on the face, another great tip is using a gua sha, and I know that a lot of people have started to implement that, but it's really so good. Like it drains your lymphatic system, it reduces puffiness, improves circulation, and therefore has like anti-aging properties and improves collagen production, because obviously when you're moving, you know, the gua sha across your face, your blood is kind of like, okay, it kind of is like a workout for your face. So your blood starts coming forward, which kind of brings that glow that we love to have out. And then also, because all of that is happening, collagen starts being produced and your face becomes this beautiful, youthful, sculpted face. And again, it drains your lymphatic system, which is so great because so much gets stuck in there, your lymphatic system. And like that's kind of like where the origins of like sicknesses come sometimes. So it's good to clean it out. And I know we have lymphatic system all through our body, so there are gua shas for your body as well. I'm not super well versed on that side of stuff, but I do know a lot about the face one. So leave me a comment if you want me to make a whole video on just gua sha, how I do it, what I do, the oils I use, and all of that, because I will make sure I do it for you. But definitely I would start implementing that into my routine. I like to do it at night. I know a lot of people do it in the day and at night. It kind of depends the day for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I for sure always do it at night. While we're on our face, stop using all of these lash growth serums, brow growth serums, all this stuff that ends up leaving like little marks on your eyelids and all that. And I don't know the science behind it either, but like it takes away some sort of like fat from your eyelids. No. Forget all that. The natural way is the way to go. Use Vaseline, use Aquaphor on your lashes and your brows to help darken them and to help them grow. It has been a lifesaver for years. I bought this lash serum like when I was in New York, but I have it there, so I'm like, okay, let me start using it. And I noticed immediately that the places that I put the lash serum, so like right very close to my lash line, started getting a little red over the days. It wasn't allergies or anything like that. It literally comes with like some of the oils or ingredients that they use in these lash serums. So instead of having to have that mark, use Vaseline or Aquaphor. They're literally both so good. And because they're hydrating the same way they do with your lips, with your body, with like your tattoos, everything else that you use them for, the same thing they do for that, they do for your lashes. And like I said, it's just a natural way of having them grow, getting them stronger and darker. So that works out 10 times better than a lash serum. I feel like it does take a little bit longer, but I mean, the more you use it, the more consistently you use it, the faster the results. But of course you have to use it every day. And for that, I like to use it at night. My sister does the lash Vaseline at all times. So like if she's gonna put on mascara, she'll put Vaseline and then she'll curl her lashes with the Vaseline, let it dry a little, and then go in with her mascara. And she says that it helps her mascara last longer and keep that curl in for much longer than normal. So that's another little tip with Vaseline and your lashes. I'm telling you, there's so many things around us that we don't even think about when we think about these little home remedies or these little tips and tricks for, you know, trying to become prettier, trying to become that girl, and we're missing out because they work better than any of these products that people are coming out with, I promise you. While still on the topic of our faces, of course we have to talk about in our mouth and around our mouth. So Vaseline for your lips at night, the Vaseline or Aquaphor, the best lip mask there is. I never have purchased a Laneige lip mask. I have one because my job gives me one, because obviously I'm a Sephora employee, but I have never out of pocket purchased one because I know it's the same thing as Vaseline or Aquaphor. And guys, hear me out. If you want it for the smell, if you want it for the color, put food dye, put any other dye, put anything in there, and buy a scented oil that's safe for around your face and put that in there, and you have the exact same product as Laneige. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying anything bad about their brand, about their product, anything like that. But I know that we don't need it. And Vaseline and Aquaphor do the same thing. It hydrates your lips. I feel like it hydrates your lips 10 times better than any of those products do. But yeah, so there's that. And then for inside your mouth, I know there's been a new rise of oil pulling, and yes. Oil pulling is so good for your teeth, for your mouth, for your everything, because it helps even with gut health. It helps with fresh breath, whitening teeth, strengthening your gums and teeth, reducing plaque and bacteria, which therefore gives you good breath, because Lord knows, y'all didn't learn nothing from COVID when we had to wear those masks and you had to wear your own breath. Yeah, y'all didn't learn nothing. Start oil pulling because it helps the health of your mouth, and the health of your mouth ends up translating throughout your whole body anyway. So it's so important to have a healthy mouth, because healthy mouth equals healthy body, which equals healthy you, which is what we want. Another tip for inside the mouth is using charcoal to brush your teeth. It's good for whitening, it's good for fresh breath, it's antiviral and antifungal. It removes surface stains, and it's not supposed to be used every day because charcoal is a very strong ingredient, especially in its organic form, like its very pure form. It is very strong, so it's not for everyday use because it can weaken your enamels, but this is more so like once a month. I know sometimes people like to go overboard and do things every 2 weeks. To each their own. Some people have stronger teeth, stronger enamels than others. Whatever works for you, but I know it's not for everyday use, because I know since it says teeth whitening, people are like, oh, I can use it like toothpaste. No, do not use it like toothpaste, but do use it at least once a month, because it does help whiten your teeth and removes any stains that are like at the very top of our teeth from like eating foods with like dye, or like, I don't know, any types of things that just like stain your teeth a little, coffee, turmeric, all that stuff. So that is an important tip, and we used to do that all the time when we were younger. I've kind of haven't done it in a long time because I haven't found charcoal in its pure form, and I also haven't really looked for it, if I'm being honest. So I haven't done it, but this year I will be starting to implement these little secrets myself also. So I will be finding one, and when I do, I'll make sure to post it on my story on Instagram and also in my LTK and Amazon storefront if I find it through there. So make sure you follow me there real quick, throwing it in there while we're at it. And while we're at it, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and go check out the rest of my channel because I have a whole bunch of other stuff on there and a whole bunch of other cute things coming out, like this makeup. If it's not out already, it will be linked here. So yeah, let's do that, and let's help a girl out in 2025 so that she can be that girl too. And I think that pretty much covers everything: mouth, face, lashes, hair, this part covered. Moving down to our body. We all like to be soft girls. We know that. We all like to be soft girls. And the best way to achieve that is using an oil and lotion after you get out of the shower when you're still a little bit damp. I know some people are like, there's a controversy, argument, whatever, on whether you put lotion or oil first and why you do it and how you do it or whatnot. I don't go through all that, because what I do is I mix the lotion and the oil together in my hand and I put it like that onto my damp body, because that way I don't have to worry about whether I put it on first or after, or if it's hydrating or if it's taking from me or what. No, I know it's helping me hydrate because it has been placed together, and your body is going to feel so delicious after the fact. I promise you. Use an oil, use a lotion together, like put the oil, put a little bit of lotion or whatever, mix it and apply it to your body, and you are going to thank me later, I promise you. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, what about like if I get in bed and then I just leave like lotion residue, lotion and oil residue on the bed, so you don't get into bed immediately. You kind of let it dry a little, just a little, nothing too crazy. Like put on your PJs, your socks, whatever, and I don't know, go put away dishes, walk your dog, do whatever you're gonna do, and then get into bed. And I promise you, the next day, your body is going to feel so soft. You're going to feel so hydrated, so moisturized. And especially during the winter, this secret, chef's kiss, I promise you. And since we're talking about a shower, when you're in the shower, use a pumice stone for baby soft feet. And along with that, when you use your pumice stone in the shower, when you get out, obviously dry your feet a little, put on some lotion. You can put on that same the same concoction of like lotion and oil on your feet. You can also put Vaseline or Aquaphor on your feet, and then put on some socks. And I promise you, the next day your feet are going to feel so hydrated, so soft. You're going to have baby soft feet. Thank me later, because there's nothing more beautiful than soft, supple feet in like a sandal or a heel. We're not about cracked heels 2025. No one's gonna have no cracked heels, no ashy feet, no dry, nothing. None of that. We are going to be hydrated, moisturized, cute, that girl in 2025. And you need to do this to your feet. I promise you, it's life-changing. My mother gave me this tip because she does this every day. She does her pumice stone in the shower, she puts on her lotion and her socks, and she goes to sleep because she sleeps with socks on. She's one of those people. And I promise you, her feet are so soft. I've never seen that lady's feet bad. Not cracked, not ashy, nothing. Ever in my 27 years of life, never. I promise you. This is the best kept secret that she's ever given me, and I'm here to share it with you. And I know, and I mentioned it right now when I talked about her being in socks in bed, I'm not a sleep with socks girl either. So if you're not, it's okay. Just take a shower early, put your lotion, your Vaseline, your Aquaphor, whatever the heck you're gonna put on your feet that I mentioned in that little list, put it on your feet, put on your socks, leave them on for like an hour, 2 hours, hour and a half, however long you have before you go to bed. Take your socks off when you go to bed, and it will do the same effect. Obviously, the longer you have them on, the better, because the more hydration, the longer the moisture kind of just stays in the sock and with your shoe, with your foot. But I promise you, it's so good, so good. Even if you leave it a little bit every day because you don't want to wear socks in bed or whatever the situation is, I promise you, even the smallest bit of it does wonders. It's so great, so great. And since we're talking about being out of the shower, use a separate towel for your face and your body. They are very separate and distinct bacteria on both places. And yes, everyone has bacteria, and everyone has natural bacteria that grows, and we need it to keep a balanced pH. So of course there's bacteria. Don't be surprised. Of course there is. But you do not want to be mixing your body bacteria with your face bacteria and your face bacteria with your body bacteria. More than likely, your body bacteria is going to make more of an effect and a problem for your face than your face bacteria is going to do for your body. But regardless of that, you do not want to be mixing these things. That is one of the top reasons that a lot of people get acne, because they're using their body towel on their face because they're like, okay, well, I'll just leave this one little corner for my face and then use the rest of it on my body. But are you going to remember which corner you used on your face and which corner you didn't? No, you're not. So essentially, you are still mixing all of these bacteria onto your face, and just no. Separate towels, healthy face, healthy body, healthy bacteria. The star of the show is gonna be Vaseline and Aquaphor, because I promise you, I think I've talked about it the most in this video, but it's just so freaking good, so freaking good. So another good tip for Vaseline and Aquaphor is putting it on the tips or your points where you put perfume at, because it helps it last longer. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's kind of been an increase in little lip balm looking perfume sticks coming out, and that is literally just scented Vaseline frozen into what looks like a lipstick, so that way you can like put it on, but it's literally just Vaseline with some scent. So to save you from having to go out and buy this little lipstick perfume thing going on, put a little bit of Vaseline on your points. So put a little bit here, put a little bit here, behind your knees, on your ankles, which are like some of the main points. I know people kind of put perfume everywhere. I'm one of those people. But I know there are some main points that everyone hits. Put some on there and I promise you the perfume will last 10 times longer than it does already, because the Vaseline warms, the perfume warms, and the Vaseline just helps the longevity of the perfume 10 times. And for the real star of the show, which I mentioned earlier, but I freaking love castor oil so much. Castor oil is that girl. She's been that girl. She's been that girl since forever ago. I promise you, castor oil is a lifesaver. It will save you from freaking everything. And if you haven't already, and I'm not one of these people, but I know Barbara O'Neill has a whole bunch of videos and information on castor oil. Please check out any of those videos, because I promise you her remedies, her secrets, her natural stuff that she has is life-saving. So good, so good. Like, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more into like being natural, and I just see like, you know, the news and all that, and like everything going on in the world. I feel like natural is the way to go, and so many products and ingredients around us have so many benefits, and we miss out on them because we don't know anything about them. So if you want to lead a more natural, organic life, definitely check out Barbara O'Neill. My quick little rant. But back to castor oil, she is that bitch. Fuck being that girl, she is that bitch. I love castor oil so much, so much. Let me read you my list because it's a long one of what they do. Castor oil for everything. Laxative, it's a pain relief, it helps moisturize, it's good for your eye health, it's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, hair growth, of course, oil pulling, improves circulation, hormonal health, just to name a few, because the list goes on and on and on. And hormonal health, if you put some on your belly, like your belly a little bit over your uterus area, it helps unblock your tubes. It helps if you have PCOS and fibroids. It helps all of that in there. I'm not going to give you the whole story for that because I don't know the extent of castor oil for PCOS or fibroids or any of that, but I have done my own research for my own reasons, and I promise you it's so good for it. If you put it on your thyroid, it helps with thyroid health. Of course, we know the hair one, everyone uses it for the hair, for hair growth, all of that. It is moisturizing. You can use it for oil pulling, and sometimes they say that oil pulling with castor oil is 10 times better than oil pulling with coconut oil. So if you don't like coconut oil, castor oil is on the thicker side, but either one will work just fine. For the eye health, I know some people do castor oil baths, or like some people go and get castor oil baths too, where they essentially put on like, I don't know if it's wax or what they put, but it's like a little mask that it looks like this. And in that mask, you have your eyes open and they put castor oil until like it kind of floods, and you are sitting with your eyes in castor oil because it helps your eye health. It sounds wild because why would you want oil in your eye? But I have seen it. I've never done it, but I've seen it be done, and people say that it's really so good for your eye health, and they swear by it. And I don't know, I think castor oil for everything is so good, so good. Like, I cannot begin to. It even cleans out your liver. Like if you put castor oil on, you know, on the side of your liver, go to sleep, or like wrap it, because I know the oil and bed sheet or bed, you know, like PJ situation, put a towel and kind of like wrap it if you can. They sell like the wraps online. I have one, so it's in my Amazon storefront and my LTK. Make sure you check that out. You put it on and you literally feel your liver moving around, decongesting or like doing its own thing to like heal and do better, especially if you're someone who doesn't eat good, or like hasn't ate good in the past, or has drank a lot of alcohol in the past. Like I used to drink a lot. I've moved away from that, and I used to eat a lot of hot Cheetos. I've also moved away from that, and so my liver, she was going through it for a very long time, so much so that I started getting pimples here. And recently when I got my castor oil, that I started implementing it more into my life, I did the liver cleanse situation where I rubbed it on that side and fell asleep with it, and I promise you, I felt what it felt like. My liver went like this and unknotted itself. It feels so crazy, but I feel healthier. So do your research on castor oil, because she is that girl. I'm telling you, she is so good for so many things, and people really do sleep on her because we just don't know the benefits of everything she does. And really, I can make a whole video just on castor oil, but These are all secrets and tips and tricks that are going to help you become that girl this year. And some of these secrets take a little longer to show you results than others, but you just need to have a little bit of patience, because I promise you the results will come. So start today, immediately, as soon as possible. Start this journey so that you can be that girl once again. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other tips and tricks that I didn't mention or that you want to make an emphasis to point out, please leave them in the comments so that we can all become that girl and we could all be doing better this year, 2025. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.